Hello, and welcome to me talking about a new Pokemon Draft League. It's been a while since I've done one of these. It's been like over a year since I've made videos about draft, but I'm excited to be making videos again because this is extra low tier I'm participating in, which is a format where all the Pokemon you use tend to be like cheaper Pokemon that aren't normally good, but this gives them all a chance to shine, which I think is cool. This is taking place in the Burn Tower Draft League. Last time I made videos on this was when season 4 was about, and I made it to semi-finals in that one, and then I got knocked out. So we'll see if we make it to that same distance, or potentially even further with this one. We're in season 9, so it's been a while since then, but we'll see if I've still got what it takes. This is just a draft analysis, so this will be me showing off my team, talking about the Pokemon I drafted, why I drafted them, that sort of stuff. So I'll just jump right into it. First Pokemon I decided to draft was Scyther. Scyther was a Pokemon that I drafted first during a speed tour for this same format, and I really liked how it performed there. And I got sniped on Decidueye, Hisuian Decidueye, and Bellibolt, which were all very high cost Pokemon, so I was like, screw it, I'm just going to go with what worked for me last time, so I went with Scyther. He was 16 points, which was just below like the maximum cost, which was 17. Like I said, I picked it up just because I like it. It's fast, it's strong, it gets good coverage, it gets technician boosted moves, and it could even be a good defensive Pokemon. It's unevolved, so it can hold a Violite, and it gets stuff like Defog and Roost and U-turn, so it's even a good utility Pokemon too. So I like it, it'll be cool, it'll be varied, I'm looking forward to how it'll perform. And he's nicknamed Blootgang. The nickname theme I'm going for this time around is based on Heroes Relics from Fire Emblem Three Houses. If you haven't played those games, those are just weapons that were created from the bones of the goddess, or like the goddess's children. I don't remember which one it was actually. But yeah, you'll see the picture of the weapon next to it so you can see what I'm referencing, and you'll see the similarities to it. Blootgang here is like a big curved sword, and Scyther has like the scythe hands, so I thought it looked cool. But yeah. So that was the first Pokemon I decided to pick up. And after I picked up Scyther, I decided to get another fast, strong Pokemon, Pyroar. Now, admittedly, I did also get this because I wanted a fast Will-O-Wisper, because I thought it looked pretty good in this format. But this is also just another good, strong, fast Pokemon. It's a bit one-dimensional because it doesn't get the biggest variety of move that it can use, but it just looked cool, and I thought it would be fun to use. I almost got Typhlosion over it, but I thought that Pyroar would be more fun to use. Even though it has a lower attack stat, it gets Moxie, and it gets Flame Charge and Trailblaze, which might be good to do, so I could do something silly where I use a physical set with that at some point, which I'd like to do. And we'll just see how it goes. Cool guy. Looking forward to using him. He's nicknamed Eridbar because this is the weapon of the I think he's called, I don't remember the exact term, but I think he's the Lion King Dimitri, and this is a lion, so here you go. And after then, I was a wheel pick, so I picked Scyther, and then the next person in front of me made 2 picks, and then it was my turn again, so I basically picked Scyther and Pyro right next to each other. But my next Pokemon I decided to pick up was a Pokemon I had my eye on since I started this draft, Scrafty. I fought this thing during the speed tour I was talking about, and it was just difficult to fight, and I thought it seemed pretty strong for low tier, so I was like, I'm gonna get it. It's a good bulky Pokemon. It gets Drain Punch to heal itself, it gets a ton of good coverage, Knockoff is another good move, it gets Dragon Tail, it gets the Elemental Punches, Close Combat for bigger damage, and it has 3 really good abilities. Intimidate will lower the physical attackers' attack stat, Shed Skin will help it with to heal itself from burns and paralyses and sleeps, and it makes rest sets even better. And it also gets Moxie to help boost its attack after getting a kill. So it's similar to it's like Pyroar in that way. I've got 2 Moxie Pokemon already, which I think is cool. This guy's nicknamed Freekugel, purely because the axe looks like the same crest that Scrafty has on its head, which is just why I got it, why I nicknamed him that. And then after Scrafty, I decided I should get some hazard removal, so I got Sandslash. And this is a Pokemon I've wanted to use for a while, but I've never been able to fit it onto my teams. But now I've got it, and I'm using it, and we're going to see how it goes. Like I said, he's our dedicated spinner. He's a good defensive Pokemon. On the physical side, he gets good utility to help it with that, knockoff, spike, stealth rock, stuff like that. And he's a good attacker as well, potentially. 100 attack is pretty strong. He gets rapid spin to boost his speed as well as remove hazards, as I've already said. He gets sword stance as well to boost his attack, and he even gets good coverage alongside Earthquake, which is always strong. He gets a classic Stone Edge Earthquake combo. He gets Leech Life and Gunk Shot for grass types, and Throat Chop is just nice coverage too. He's nicknamed Vajramushti because the gauntlets have spikes on them that I thought just looked like Sandslash's claws, so there you go. And after this it was a while before my next pick, where I got Probopass, nicknamed Amir. This is a very important defensive piece for me because at this point none of my Pokemon had been especially good on the defensive side, and I wanted something that was more suited for that, so I got this guy. He gets Stealth Rock, so he'll probably be my dedicated rocker most weeks. He gets Volt Switch, Taunt, Thunder Wave, Toxic, stuff like that to help it on that side too, but it can even be a good offensive Pokemon. It gets Body Press to make use of its very high defense stat. It gets Meteor Beam to boost its special attack and attack with Stab Rock moves. It gets Dazzling Gleam, Thunderbolt, Earth Power, all good coverage. Of course it gets Flash Cannon and Power Gem for coverage too. And it gets Explosion to just nuke something, which I think is just funny. A very silly guy that I never really considered before, but I just thought he fits well into the team, I'll get him. And I'm lucky I did before because the person in front of me was going to pick him. So if I didn't get it here, I wouldn't have gotten it at all. Very happy to do that. But then of course, after I got Probopass, I made my next pick, which was Leafeon. Another guy that I've never really thought about using before. It just looked really good. It would seem like a really good ground answer actually, because it has a really high defense stat, 130, nothing to scoff at, and it's got decent speed and attack too, 95 speed, 110 attack, again, nothing to scoff at. It can do a bunch of different things. It can be Sword Stance, it can be a speedy Leech Lead set, which can be really annoying for my opponent to deal with, which is always fun. Yeah, nothing too much to say about this guy. He gets Synthesis to heal himself, he gets good utility, I think he gets Encore, maybe? No, I don't think he does get Encore actually, I might be lying. He doesn't get Encore, I don't think, but he gets Heal Bell, stuff like that. Leech Seed, I'm just looking forward to using him. I never considered it, but then I was looking at ground answers and I just saw this guy, I was thinking, he actually fits really well onto my team. So I'll pick him up, and I did, so here he is. He's nicknamed Lewin. I think that's how you say that, I'm not sure, but yeah. So that's that. And then the Pokemon I decided to get after Leafeon was Grumpig. Grumpig was something I picked up because I wanted another like bulky attacker sort of, and that is kind of what Grumpig is. It's got 110 special defense and decent HP and hit and defense as well, and it's got good enough special attack, having 90. Again, nothing crazy, but good enough to keep me satisfied. It gets Nasty Plot as well, so it can easily boost that up, and it gets good coverage as well, so it'll hopefully be able to put out big damage. And it can even be good utility, with it gets like Heal Bell, it gets Encore, Trick, Whirlwind, it gets Psychic Noise to block other bulky Pokemon from healing. I'm hoping to get to do cool stuff with this, because I think it might be a little bit underrated. So we'll see how it does when it comes around to it. I nicknamed them Thyrus, because that's like a magic staff. This is a psychic type. I was like, sure, Thyrus. Cool Pokemon. This is probably one of the ones I'm looking forward to using the most, aside from like Sandslash. Moving on from this, I picked up Tinkatuff. I've used Tinkatuff before in a ZU tournament before, which is like really, really low tier, and I won the tournament with that. So I'm hoping I get to do it again here, because I really love Tinkatuff in that, and I'm hoping she's going to be good here too. I'll be honest, I did kind of just pick this up because some of my matchups with the certain typings weren't looking so good. Flying was looking difficult to deal with. Rock was looking tough as well. And Steel Fairy is probably the best typing in the game too. So I just wanted this, and I think it's going to be able to do its job really well. With stuff like Stealth Rock and Thunder Wave and Knockoff to mess with my opponent, I get Foul Play if I still want to deal good damage to my opponent, and I get Play Rough for Stab. No Gigaton Hammer unfortunately, or any physical moves for that matter, aside from Metal Claw, and that move's not going to be good, so we might as well just forget about it. And yeah, I guess Pickpocket as an ability, which is kind of silly. I don't think I'll end up using it much, because I've been screwed over by pickpocket, because I have used Weavile before and I've accidentally pickpocketed the opponent's Flame Orb and burned myself, so I'm probably... but we'll see what happens. Because I have also had good things happen from it as well, so... but we'll see, we'll wait and we'll see. I nicknamed her Crusher, because the person who uses his weapon in-game is a small little gal, and Tinkertuff is a small little gal with a big hammer. So we are just going to see how this goes. I'm looking forward to it. Big things coming from Big Tinkertuff. But yeah, after Tinkertuff, I decided that my flying weakness was still looking a little bit rough, and I didn't really have any way of dealing with them with super effective stab. So, naturally, I picked up the world champion Pokemon, the electric type Pachirisu, and I nicknamed him Thunderbrand. This was like... initially I had like... I don't remember what it was. I think I had Dedenne on my original team, but then when I picked up Tinkertuff I was like, I don't really need another fairy type. So I got this instead, and I think I prefer this anyway. I like Pachirisu more, he's cuter. I like his moveset, Nuzzle, U-turn, Volt Switch, Super Fang, Encore, Toxic, stuff like that. It's pretty fast, so it can spread its Nuzzles and its Paralysis really easily. And even though it's not like, doesn't have like super great stats or anything, if you fully invest into it, it can be a decent tank, so I'm hoping it'll be able to do some cool stuff. We'll see if he lives up to the world champion title that he earned so well, he so deserved. But then, after this, I finally picked up a Pokemon that I had been planning to pick up for a long time. Because I really needed more hazard removal other than Sandslash, because I didn't want to have to run Rapid Spin on Sandslash anymore. So I picked up a water flying type that gets Defog, Mantine. Initially this was going to be Cramorant, but after drafting all my other Pokemon I realised I had a lot of points left over and I wanted to get like another good, strong Pokemon. So Mantine seemed to fit the bill pretty well. Of course, I mainly picked him up because he gets Defog, but he's also my best water answer because he gets Water Absorb. He's a really good especially defensive Pokemon as well, so it should help. It should be able to help out with most of those too. And it gets Roost to keep itself healthy. It gets things like Scald to burn opponents. It gets Toxic, Haze, Hurricane, Air Slash, stuff like that. This thing isn't going to be super varied either. I really wish it got like Flip Turn or U-turn or something like that, because that would just make it so much better than it already is. It feels weird because I used this in another low tier team, another low tier league, where it could learn Flip Turn and U-turn because it was like a Radical Red. It was a ROM hack where it could learn Flip Turn, so it was like, it was much better than that, and I had it paired with like a really good core with like Incineroar and stuff like that. I think it was I don't remember my grass type, but I had a really good Firewater grass core with that. So I'm hoping my Firewater grass core this time is Pyroar and Leafeon and Mantine, so it's not going to be as good this time, but it pairs really well with Probopass, I think, so we'll see how it goes. The Probopass Mantine core will be undefeated, I'm sure. I nicknamed him Failnot just because I thought, dunno, Failnot's a big long bow, Mantine's got a pretty big wingspan, why not? And then finally with this, after picking up Mantine, I had 1 point left. So I scoured through the 1 pointers, and I tried to see if I could find something that fit onto the team decently well that could actually do stuff, and I found something that I actually think is pretty strong for 1 point. Ghastly. Being a completely unevolved Pokemon, it's not the greatest of Pokemon for sure. I mean, it's 1 point for a reason, but honestly, even though it can fold to like a paper cut, I think it's not too bad. 80 speed isn't that bad for low tier, and neither is 100 in special attack. And I think in the right matchup, if I can just slap a Choice Specs on it and start ripping off Sludge Bombs or Shadow Balls or whatever I need to, I think this thing might be able to do cool stuff in the right matchup. I'm looking forward to using it a lot. I might not bring it to a single game, but if I ever do get to bring it, trust me, it's going to be amazing. He also discovered 2 typings I don't have, which is Ghost and Poison. So there you go. There's my normal and fighting immunity and my Toxic Spikes remover. Unless it still gets Levitate. I think it does actually. I think it's just Gengar that lost Levitate, but oh well. Still, 2 typings I didn't have. I figured why not give my opponent something extra to worry about. So there you go. Ghastly. And with that, my Lance of Ruin. I've just realised I don't have the picture next to this. That's my bad. It's just a big lance with like spikes on its side. It looks cool, but it's whatever. But yeah, with Ghastly picked up, that was me finish my draft. And here it is in all its glory. Scyther, Pyroar, Scrafty, Sandslash, Probopass, Leafeon, Grumpig, Tinkaton, Pachirisu, Mantine, and Ghastly. I'm pretty happy with this team overall, honestly, considering I got sniped so much during this. I don't remember everything that got sniped off of me, but I do remember Decidueye being the big one, because Decidueye is my favourite Pokemon and I really wanted to use it in this format, but sometimes it just happens. It's draft, it's gonna happen. But yeah, still, I'm really happy with what I got, with what I ended up with. I think this is a really solid and cool team. I don't have very many complaints at all. It's a really, I think it's pretty weak to water, but like I have Mantine and Leafeon, which is a pretty good core to deal with them, I think. And most other things I have can like deal with them are like not terrible answers either. Like Scyther's just gonna put in big damage. Pachirisu's a problem for them, just stuff like that. But yeah, I really don't have many complaints about this at all. Even if it wasn't what I initially wanted, I ended up with a few of the things I wanted. And I'm happy with the rest of it, so I'm not going to complain at all. This is a cool team. I'm happy with it. I don't know, I think this team's going to do well, but we'll just have to wait and see. I will be uploading these the battles for this league weekly. I've already built for week 1, and my battle's going to be on Sunday, this coming Sunday, but you'll receive the battles like the week after they've been done, just to give myself more time to edit them so I'm not rushing or anything. So yeah, that is pretty much it. I don't really have much else to say. You can expect the weekly battles for this, well, the weekly battles for this weekly, but yeah, that's all I have to say about the team. I thank you guys for hanging around, and I hope you tune in for the battles that will be occurring.